Okay, and we are finally live. Good evening, YouTube and Twitch. This is Harmony Muse. You notice I told you I had a surprise for you. Ta-da! I actually look vaguely human today. Well, that's not the whole of it. Got a big announcement. I mean, you see that for the last couple of months I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV morning, noon, and night, basically. Well, I have a big announcement. Something I got today when I was out and about in town. Part of the reason I was even out and about in town. Yeah, you're seeing there Final Fantasy XII and Final Fantasy XV. Here's what I'm going to be doing here during my late night streams, basically for now until I finally get it done. You know, as suggested by my good friend Decepticom, I'm going to be playing through the single-player Final Fantasy series from start to end, or from Final Fantasy 1 all the way to 15 in order during my late night streams on Twitch from here on. And that, yes, that does mean that my playthroughs of 12 Zodiac Age and 15 will be blind. I have never played through those before. Well, I've played partially through the original Final Fantasy XII, but that's it. Anyway, you're not here for Final Fantasy 1, 2, 12, or 3.14155. Or 159 rather. You're here for Final Fantasy 14. So, what we've got for you today is at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we have got the Friday night Alliance raids with the Free Company. We're going to be doing the Void Ark. I've never done it before. I am cautiously optimistic because it's closer to modern content than Legacy of the Ancients was, and the lead-in was so frigging amazing. What we're also going to be doing are my roulettes until then, to make time until we get to that point. But before we do that, I'm gonna go check on my squadron. Now, for the most part, what I'm going to be doing as far as the earlier games like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, is I'm going to be playing later remakes, even though I own copies of the originals. The reason being is, let's be perfectly honest here, I don't know how many of you would be interested in watching beeps and bloops from the 1980s and 90s. Not only that, but the original Final Fantasy II and the original Final Fantasies 1, 2, and 3, that's Japanese 1, 2, and 3, mind you, not the American retitling of 1, 5, or 4, and 6. Were notoriously challenging games. So having a little bit easier go of it would definitely be calming on my nerves. So what do I need again? Let's make sure that I'm not screwing this up. Okay, I need 15 of you and 45 or 43 of you. So let's do a 1 and 1 for now. Ooh, that might not go. Let's see how I can properly jigger this around. And get everything over onto... Okay, that'll be easy enough. Let's take a look again. That'll get me close. Okay, now let's get these roulettes started, shall we? Yeah, no, we're going to do main scenario. Main scenario is done faster. If I go into level 50, 60, I could be in there for fucking ever. But yeah, specifically for Final Fantasy 1 and 2, to cut down on the grind and to make things a little bit more sane for me, the versions that we'll be using are going to be the Final Fantasy Origins versions. There was a version of Final Fantasy 1 and 2 released as a pack-in together on the PlayStation 1 back at the height of that system's, you know, right as it was just in decline when the PS2 had just came out. It updated the graphics to around 16-bit versus the original 8. Replaced the old chiptune music with vague or with orchestral style update. And let me tell you, you haven't... It's like medicine for the soul to go back to something of my childhood and hear it updated that way. I mean, the music for the town theme from Final Fantasy 2, or from Final Fantasy 1 and 2, done in the Origin style, is so beautiful as to literally bring tears to my eyes. And with... Okay. And it cuts down a lot on the grind in Final Fantasy 2, though believe me, there is still a lot of grind. You see, the game we got for the Super Nintendo that was called Final Fantasy 2 back in the 90s was really the fourth game. That's common knowledge now, but to us it was big news back when I was a teenager. The original Final Fantasy II was everything they were really worried Americans would think about Japanese RPGs when Final Fantasy I came out. It is long. It is a slog. It is very punishing. Rather than leveling up through experience points in that game, it's like the Saga series. You level up by doing things. You want to get better at hacking with a sword, you use a sword. You want to get better at casting cure spells, you cast cure spells. You want to get more hit points, you get the crap beat out of you. No, seriously. That's how you get more hit points in Final Fantasy II, is you take damage. People learned this, and what was very common to do to try to raise your party's hit points when normal combat was feeling like it was leaving you behind, was to go to a area with very weak enemies, kill all but one of them, and proceed to attack yourself to near death, heal yourself back up, then attack yourself again. Because that covered both healing magic, weapon level, skill level, and the strength, and your combat stats, as well as your HP and your MP. I remember the first time I played the game, and I was dealing with that, and I was thinking of this one scene from a Jim Carrey movie, Liar Liar, when he's in the middle, or in a bathroom, literally beating the absolute shit out of himself. And somebody comes in watching him do it, and they're like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I'm kicking my ass. Do you mind?" That said, though, for the time, it had an amazing story. Because you got to remember, a lot of your early role-playing games, Eastern RPGs as well as, Western-style RPGs, in the very early days, they usually boil down to big bad villain is sitting on his throne, level up your character or your party, get the better weapons, go find him and kill him. In Final Fantasy II, no. You literally start off after you name your characters in a fight that you are going to die. I mean, there's no way around it. You will die in this fight. Turns out that your characters are a bunch of teenagers on the run from an invading empire who is invading your land or your hometown and killing everybody. Well, you eventually get saved by members of the rebel army who are fighting against the evil empire, who try to tell you, please don't go back and fight, you'll be throwing your lives away. Try to live what of a life you can. Though naturally, because you are the main characters of a Final Fantasy, leaving the empire alone is, of course, absolutely not what you do. So there's all this, story of political intrigue, fighting a hopeless battle against the empire, small, victories at great cost, and so on and so forth. It's also the game that brought in several of what we could take for granted as set-piece Final Fantasy things. Chocobos, Final Fantasy II. Cid providing you an airship, Final Fantasy II. Amazing story, really, Final Fantasy II. I mean, let's be perfectly honest. While for the time, Final Fantasy I was a amazingly beautiful and musical game, this story basically boiled down to go around the world, bring light to the crystals, and then find out the true enemy and kill him. However, because it was the early days, they tried out a few things, and not all of it went well. Namely, the advancement system really didn't hit it for Final Fantasy fans. They did eventually go on and use it in the Saga series. Namely, things like Makaitoshi Saga, aka Final Fantasy Legend, or the Romancing Saga series, or later PS2 versions brought over to the United States, Saga Frontier. All of them use that same system of taking punishment to gain more HP, or swinging your sword to gain more strength, or to gain more skill in using a sword, and so on and so on and so forth. Now, later Final Fantasies, went and added other things that ended up becoming staples, while also not really going over very well. I mean, Final Fantasy III, excuse me. It's the very first game in the series where we actually have a concept of changing from one job to another. You see, in Final Fantasy 1, a fighter was always going to be a fighter until you did the class upgrade. I mean, you had upgrades, but they weren't changes. Think of it like the class to job upgrades in this game here. Fighter eventually upgraded into Knight. Gained the ability to do minor white magic, while also being able to use the best of the best of swords and armor. Thief upgraded into Ninja. Got a great increase in luck and dexterity in doing so, as well as getting the ability to cast some low-level black magic, and the ability to wield the best ninja-only weapons. White Mage upgraded into White Wizard, and Black Mage upgraded into Black Wizard. Those two were, as well as the Red Mage to Red Wizard upgrades, were direct making them better at what they already do. Think of them like Thaumaturge to Black Mage, or Conjurer to White Mage in this game. Now, the last one was a Monk to what they called Master. Again, more of the same. Think of it like Pugilist upgrading into Monk in this game. Hey, Fan. Hey, Legend. Hey, Kyle. Sorry I didn't respond sooner. I'm sorry. For whatever reason, I wasn't getting some of my messages, I think. Okay. The best way to level up from 49 to from 48 to 49, Zamel Darkhold. I would also suggest running Palace of the Dead. I would also suggest, what else other than Palace of the Dead? I wouldn't suggest Aurum Vale. Aurum Vale if you felt like you've sinned heavily and are in the mood to do penance, especially if you're a healer. But what else would be good? Oh, that's Rain. Hey, Kyle. Now, these playthroughs are going to be entirely on Twitch for one reason. The materials usage licenses that Square Enix provides the rights to stream stuff on YouTube specifically do not include the Final Fantasy series except for 14. And in the case of 14, they specifically say, while you can use gameplay unedited, as long as you're talking over it, you absolutely cannot use the songs Revolutions, Dragon Song, and Answers. The Dragon Song one was complicated for me, because in doing the Nidhogg fight, I had to mute music altogether because they had the full Dragon Song version playing during the final steps of faith. But yeah, roulettes also help. Oh, great. One of our healers, or one of our tanks is new. Lovely. Why are you spamming holy when we're not even there yet? I'm on Excalibur server, Dark Angel. Well, that was a mistake. I made friends. And now they made friends. Yay. Well, we've got an ain't shit tank, apparently. Because we've got healer... Because we've got DPS taking punishment. We shouldn't have had that much aggro leaking off of the tanks. What songs you know are not okay on Discord? Okay, not a problem. Okay, there you go, Ryan, or Rain. I'm sorry, but I see your name and I think Ryan. Yeah, that's what I get for trying to type while dungeoning. I'm sorry, when I think Dark Knight, I think people, well, I think emos, basically. Because most of my experience with Dark Knight is Final Fantasy XI, where they were DPS that cut themselves to do more damage. You know, as callous as that sounds, I don't think at all that I'm making light of people that are depressed and have suicidal tendencies. I mean, let's be honest. My fiance has the scars from attempting to kill herself in the past. That's not something I really like to joke about. And though, to be fair. Either way, when I think Dark Knight, I think petulance like Squalls from Final Fantasy. Oh shit! What did you do, Monk? The one place in the world where we do not need to small pull, and we are small pulling. Well, not so much you, I'm talking my fiance. There was a dark time in her life not long after her mother passed on that I'm really not allowed to talk about because it's none of your business. But there was a time where she was full-on suicidal for a while. But luckily and thankfully, she got the help she needed. Something I'm grateful for. Now, a lot of what we're going to be seeing when I go through Final Fantasy III, to people who've played through Crystal Tower runs, will seem very, very familiar when we get there. I mean, I'm on Une, Doga, Zonde, The Cloud of Darkness, all of it came from that game. The music in Crystal Tower came from that game as well. Just like when we get to Final Fantasy VI and we start doing some of that, a lot of what we see in the ending parts of Final Fantasy II or of A Realm Reborn will make a lot more sense. Like the Magitech armor specifically looking like this. Is that tank seriously? Oh, god damn it. At least it's not a healer watching cutscenes. We're not big pulling. Oh, great. This really is a shit show run of a dungeon. Red mages, the new Lolderg. And a name like that would make more sense if you were a samurai or a ninja. But no, you gotta be a red mage. How the hell? This party's a real shit show, and they're gonna blame me for their dying when I have been healing. What is a... This is the second time that black mage has died from being too damn close. The second time. And it's going to be labeled my fault. I'm sorry, I can cure a lot of things. I can't cure stupid. Okay, we got him. So that's good. In fact, I think after we do... And they're watching the cutscenes again. FML. Where the fuck? What are you doing? Why did you not bring that down to the tank? It's like this party is trying to get themselves killed. That's 3 times for that red mage now. What the fuck? The red mage DC'd? Well, that's a different level of incompetence, but it's incompetence nonetheless. Yeah, everybody's half dead, and what does the other healer do? We got people on the ground, and what does the other healer do? It's like, do I race people? No, I spam holy. And did the black mage start the fight? I ain't healing them. I am not healing that red black mage. If they die, it's on them. There is no reason ever that a black mage should be pulling aggro. And nobody's even assholes. I don't friggin' believe what I'm seeing here. And naturally the other person doesn't pay attention to their... And I've got to move it so... I'm just thinking these people have to legitimately be trolling. Nobody is purposely this incompetent. We only need one more cannon shot. Somebody get it. Seriously. What the hell did I just watch? And naturally the red mage is standing in the fire again. I understand the feeling of being suicidal. I mean, you are this expansion's derp goon. But there's no reason to actually do it. Thank you. Yeah, this was... And they're watching the cutscene again. Ha 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 ha! One commendation. Okay, I'm feeling better now. Okay, that's done. We're good. Okay. I love these guys. Okay. Feeling better after that. But good lord. I have never seen a more grabastic run of Caster Meridianum. Pretending I'm a red mage for a while. Oh. Oh, I feel good. But yeah. But I think I'll actually probably get on the whole franchise thing later, or after we're done with this. Might get up, take a rest, and get started on that early. But yeah, that's going to be entirely, or that part is going to be entirely on Twitch, because as much as I would love to, Square Enix doesn't like those being broadcast on YouTube. Oh, man. I love these guys. No. No. I love these freaking people. So what we're going to be doing is the Void Arc, which, you know, involves sky pirates and a ghost airship. So, fan, by all means watch, because I know you're not going to be able to join us. Holy crap, it was an Instapop! It's a Festivus fucking miracle. Fan, did you see that? Did you see that? An instant pop. You know, we are go. That was amazing. Bet you're jealous, ain't you? Yarr. Oh, what the fuck? Oh. Thank God none of us are Steve Irwin. Holy shit. Following the Zerg Rush. Well, that's dead. Whee! Ready to go down the hole. What do we got here? Stuff is dying so quickly. That was weird. My sound just cut out for half a second. And again, we're fighting a Stingray. Where's Steve Irwin to tank this thing for us? Where are you moving this thing? Okay. They're not the full. Okay. We got you. Or we're gonna have you, rather. Ow. Ow. Did somebody just drop a... They did. 2 of them. And we got tombstones for it. And what's in the coffers, I wonder? Avoid Arc Hat of Casting. Item level 200 gear. Stuff I don't need. Now, if it's 100 gear to get, or 200 gear to get in, or that you're getting as a reward, maybe I might as well heal this the next time. Shit. We made friends. We made friends. Okay. That was rather disorganized. We still did it. Okay. This is doing well. This is doing well. And what do we got here? Big fugly thing. Yeah, I understand that, Dark Angel, but my free company, we have Alliance Raid Friday nights. Oh crap! Oh crap! I've been eating. Help! Okay, we're good. Brains. Brains. We've almost got it. And we made it. I love this pipe organy style. Void Arc Hat of casting, Void Arc Cap of aiming. A Bard hat. Let's see what this thing looks like. Pretty cool. Would have been shame if it's a shame that my favorite bard in the world couldn't have joined us for this. Okay. Arise and taste vengeance. Diablos? How many different times have we killed you in different dungeons, man? So basically, we're fighting Satan. Sepulture gargoyle. Shouldn't that be sepulcher? Because when I see it spelled that way, I think of an old metal band called Sepultura. But we're okay. But we're going to fight Diablos. But haven't we fought Diablos back in Amdapur Hard? So, realistically, this should be the same fight as that, only more bullshit. No, don't name that after one of the legendary heroes of Irish myth. Roar. Come on, hold still. Hold, damn it. Okay. We got him. Something going on here? I'm getting beeped at. Crap. Okay. What do we have here? Boots of striking. Look good, but I don't need them. Boots of aiming. Good, but I don't need them. Okay. Whee! What the hell are you? Echidna? So we're not fighting... So we're not fighting Satan. Okay. This don't look good. Ow. This ain't gonna be good. They got it. Oh. Ow. Lady, I hate to break it to you, you ain't Captain Planet. You don't get to play that. We're gonna get you, though. Frozen. I guess I just can't let it go. Crap. Double crap. A 20,000 crit. Did we win? Did we win? No. Okay. And we won. What do we get for loot? Void Art trousers of striking. Let's try them on and see what they look like. They look like dress pants. Loves of aiming. Wind up echidna. You better bet I'm... Okay. We got it done. We got it done fast. That was good. That was good. That was good. Now we got cutscenes to watch. Because I've never done this before. Arr, bugger me. I expected danger, not a hellspawn bleeding nightmare made flesh like that. Didn't stop you and your mates though, did it? That's some crew you got there, and that's no mistake. You're damn right the Crimson Reapers are some crew. Right then. Let's have a look inside the great dirty coffer type thing. Something tells me it's filled to the brim with booty. Yeah, a dead corpse's booty, perhaps. You might want to take what gold you've got and get the fuck out. Don't look at me, I've never moved a muscle. How many times do we have to kill you, man? What in the Seven Hills is that bastard doing? This way, swiftly now. Can anyone see that talking cat over there? Bloody hells. This adventure's getting stranger by the minute. I know the dialect of English you're going for, but still, I'd rather take my chances with a partin' puss than stay here. Get your thanks, mateys, we're leaving. To quote aliens, Marines, we are leaving! But what about the loot? Worry about booty when your own booty is safe. You can't spend it when you're dead. You either follow the furball or make friends with a spellsling and voidborn. Your choice. God damn it! How's an honest sky pirate meant to make a living? Less talking, more running. Looks like we're going to be doing the next one in order. Actually, because my guild wants to run the next one in the order, does anybody here have complaints with me skipping these cutscenes? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Anybody at all, do they have complaints with me skipping these cutscenes and getting right next to the unlock? Fan? Mom? Dark Angel 3.14159? Okay. That's a giant coffin. A giant coffin-looking portal to hell. Kamehameha Hadouken! Screw it, I'm skipping. Free money. Okay. Fire Scar track you down. Kate Sith Machi from blah 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 blah. What are you here for? Weeping? Oh, right. Oh, so that's Kate Shi from Final Fantasy VII, it looks like. Okay. Skipping cutscenes, skipping cutscenes, skipping cutscenes. Okay. Working on getting this unlocked done so we can get into the next step of this. Because we did not expect an instant friggin' queue. After waiting literally hours in the past. Ring around the rosy, ring around the rosy. You're expecting ghost pirates, not Satan. Not Satan with the BFG, at least. Blah, 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 blah. Skip. Blah, 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 blah. Skip. Now what do we have? Live hard at the airship landing. Less talking, more getting me into the dungeon. Let me see how my tombstones are doing. Shit, I could probably buy my full set now. Okay. We're in Discord? Okay. Thank you, thank you. Yellow.
Hello.
Y'all mind me being on stream with y'all?
That's
Not
fine.
really. Go
Cool.
ahead.
Cool. Well, we are now live with all 3 people watching me.
Amazing.
I
That
was...
is less than is currently in our party chat.
Yes, it is. I had about 8 people watching earlier.
So, Deuce and Rayan are still unlocking?
I'm done.
Oh, done?
Yep.
Everybody done?
I'm taking my time, sir.
Okay, no worries.
Dude, sounds like a shitty way to pronounce that name.
Deus Ex Machina?
That's more how I
Well-
pronounce it.
My calendar was still on August. I just changed it for September.
So, did we just add somebody?
No, I think we're all.
Oh, we're all... Okay, then we're all good? Good.
And Kirian Argon.
Ay.
Because I'm pretty sure that Kirian don't want to do as
See
well.
if we can fill these last 2 spots before we get ready to take off.
That was amazing. I have never seen an instant pop like that on a raid.
I was shocked myself.
I mean,
I haven't seen them since, like, they were relevant.
absolutely.
Hey, it's
No,
Long Gong Silver.
I mean, I know the ones I missed. It took you guys like forever just to get
Oh. But like I was saying
Hey,
earlier...
I don't have to heal anymore. I'm red maging.
Okay, so yeah, there's gonna be death then.
Oh yeah, there is. 3 of these 4 bosses are pretty complex.
So am I taking them?
Unless you don't want to, in which case we can shuffle up.
Oh, I was sorry.
Not like, no, you're fine.
I was talking more about red mages being the new derp goon.
Oh yeah, they can be. They gotta really not be bad with corpse of corpse and displacement.
And now I can go as Strategian again.
Certainly.
Samurai can fit the bill quite well, though.
I can't tell you how many times I've had to pull some red mage off the ground because he did that 15-yard jump right into an AoE of death.
Yup.
Or better
Something
yet,
better.
off a cliff.
Yeah.
My favorite is when they get an AoE stack marker and they backflip out with it on them still.
I think my favorite was when one did a backflip off the edge of Titan.
Oh, that's not new. That's Dragoon's been doing that since 2.0.
Good point.
I mean, I didn't do that, but I backflipped to the edge of Titan's stage and then got landslided off.
Oh.
I've seen my whole party get wiped on Titan.
You know what I like about Red Mage's Core or Corpse to Corp, whatever, and displacement compared to Dragoons, though? Dragoons kind of, like, when you use them, it still drags you over the AoEs, like you actually cross that space, but with Red Mage you just sort of teleport to that spot and don't get affected by the AoEs in the middle area. Like, if you were in Aurum Vale and you were to use Jump across a gap of the Gold Bile, you'd still be affected by the Gold Bile, but Red Mage wouldn't.
Amazing.
And I thank my lucky stars that of all the hard mode dungeons we have seen over the course of this game, not once have we ever seen an Aurum Vale hard mode.
Yet.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully that's because Aurum Vale is a legacy dungeon, so I don't think they're gonna make another pass at that.
Yet.
Well, Copperbell and Satoshi and all were legacy, weren't they?
I don't think so. The legacy dungeons are the Darkhold, the Vale,
Todorok.
Todorok, and Halatali?
I think Cutter's Cry might have been.
Oh, Cutter's Cry, that's the other one. Yeah,
But-
those 4 are the legacy dungeons.
But we do have a Halatali hard mode.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it was Halatali. I think you're right. I think it's Cutter's. I don't think any of the 1.0 dungeons have updates except for Sistasha.
Well, as far as that goes, if I really wanted to look it up, I could do that. Go look up that rise and fall of a thing on YouTube, and they would say which ones were the legacy. Speaking of that, I'm reminded of one. I've played 1.0. Was anybody here back then?
Not really. I got the game for like $5 during its final days when it was free to play, and played it for about 3 hours and quit forever.
What was the question?
I only been playing for 2 years.
I've been here since the game launched on and off. I take periodic 1 to 2 year breaks.
I've played since 3 months ago. Woo!
But
I played for a day in 1.0, and then I played for about a month at launch, and then I didn't really touch it again until I got the whole package for like $15 on a Steam sale and decided to give it another try.
Funny thing about 1.0 is why I brought it up, is back in the day, you had a gear slot for your underwear.
That's awesome.
No, you could not take it off. No, there were no upgrades for underwear, though I'm assuming it might have been planned. It basically existed to fill out and make sure everybody had at least some defense.
I mean, they kind of do even now, not much, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like that idea though, that it puts the idea there that you could take it off even if you can't. So, yeah.
Well, if we want to go that far, there used to be an old free-to-play one called Scarlet Blade, where your underwear was something you could take off, but you had to buy a cash up item to be able to take off your underwear. Did I mention that? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
But all of the player characters in Scarlet Blade, except for one dude, were all scantily clad, overly busted characters.
Of course.
Except for the token, like, 12-year-old.
Isn't that game still a thing, though?
No, they recently shut it down.
Okay.
And the
Yeah, I could... Oh, go ahead.
the bad thing was because people were buying the lingerie thing, because there was other underwear you could put on.
Get down, dog.
They were buying the thing to allow you to take it off and change it, and walking around the game butt-ass naked. The American devs were like, no, stop that. Bad. Shame on you. If you keep doing that, we're going to ban you.
Well, it does it all the time, right?
Well, I mean, if
Yeah.
you don't want it done, don't put it in your game. Take it out of your game. If some other region put it in, Korea.
But like, if you check out like the terms of service for this game, they're actually pretty accepting about that kind of content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as the terms of service, the thing that really got me was there were they said you could play, do any kind of thing with the gameplay you want, any of the music you wanted, as long as it was done as it was shown in the game. The only exceptions were 3 songs, and it just happened to be the really big 3 songs. There weren't
Well,
a lot.
it's probably licensing issues in regards to the actual music artists that made them.
Yeah, they probably have to have paid Susan Calloway some big royalties.
So yeah.
Because I know when they do localization for games, there's often a lot of issues regarding like music rights and stuff when there's singers involved.
Hence why the Dynasty Warriors Gundam series didn't have any Gundam music.
Or a lot of
Really?
games get redubbed into
Right.
English as well because of that.
Well, not just that, but they also had a warrior-style game for Fist of the North Star, and you better damn well bet it did not have Aiwa Torimadose, aka Yuwa Shock.
I know you said words, but I have no idea what they meant.
All right, putting us in queue. Cross your fingers. The miracle. Can we get it twice?
No.
3, 2, 1. Weeping.
Nope.
More than 30 minutes.
Yeah, but we'll see how many people are actually in queue in a moment. Right now, it's just showing us. So.
Right.
Let's just hope it's not showing us in a few minutes.
Well, when I was queuing this tank for this, trying to get the armor, it was something like an hour and a half.
5
Oh.
healers, 1 tank, 9 DPS. So we're good to go.
Yeah, the funny part, though, was what irritated me about the rule about those songs, Dragon Song, the full version plays over all of the final steps of faith.
Right.
So I had to go in and mute my music before I could go and run that dungeon with Misha last night.
Where's he at anyway?
Visiting his parents.
Oh.
Yeah. No, and I'm not going to begrudge anybody that. It's for damn sure.
Oh, no.
You actually care about your parents?
Well, you can begrudge me for it since I live with them at the moment.
Well, that's go ahead.
That would mean I'm maybe 5 feet above where I'm sitting right now.
That's
Yeah,
because... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, they're pretty much over my head as well, my parents.
You see, family is an important thing to me. You see, my mother's in her 70s. And I stay around despite being 40 because she's not in the best of health. She needs somebody here to take care of things that she can't take care of for herself.
Right.
What are you two doing? Chill out.
So while we make that 30-minute wait, I'm going to go ahead and unwrap my freaking GameStop booty I got today.
Yeah, no worries. We got all the time in the world.
Yep.
Or at least 30 minutes.
Hey,
Hey.
Will, where's the Parrock? The Parrock?
That's...
Where are you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm up on the Sky Pirates base. Pa-
Okay, worthwhile to teleport to you then.
Okay, the passage is up on up in Sea of Clouds near the north.
Yeah. Well, I get free teleports to new players, and because you are one of the new players that are currently online on my friends list, I was thinking of teleporting to you if you were closer to the free company, but you're
Right.
not.
I don't understand how the hell I'm seen as a new player when I am in Heaven's Word content. I'm
You still your greenish, you're still considered as a new player.
How do I get rid of that then?
I think you have to reach a certain power threshold.
Well, you can remove it anytime you want just by changing your status, but
Yeah.
how do you do that again?
Reaching
Yeah.
Stormblood is likely to turn it off as well.
Hit F1, click your name, and then get rid of the link.
Or you can type in / NA status.
Oh yeah, edit search info. That's where you do it.
Yeah.
And then just get rid of new novice player and move on to, I don't know, looking to meld materia or something.
We got a tank.
Nice. That's that can still be the hard one sometimes, although we just need bodies.
A little more than halfway there, maybe.
Yeah. GameStop was having a really good deal, and apparently a bunch of the things I wasn't playing anymore were on their absolutely want list.
Of course.
So I traded in a bunch of stuff I didn't want anymore, like my copy of Breath of the Wild, because you can only beat that game so many times.
That reminds me that I still need to buy a Switch.
I bought Breath of the Wild like close to the release, and
I
need to
managed to
find
actually
the
get
Switch.
one in the restock, just sitting there. So I got it. Haven't played it a ton yet, except for Isaac. Weirdly enough.
Binding of Isaac?
Yeah, it's become my portable Binding of Isaac machine.
that's,
If I wanted that, I'd just use my Vita.
I mean,
The Vita version's real bad. That's the problem. I got that in one of the PS Plus freebies, and it's a real bad port.
Or I could use my tablet or something. Or just play it on computer.
But for my trouble, I traded in about 8 things and got 6. I got things for my Twitch project I'm going to be doing. A playthrough of the single-player Final Fantasies. Got Zodiac Age and Final Fantasy 15.
I
Still-
like 15, but the combat's kind of It's hard to get into for the first couple hours.
Well, to be fair, every single Final Fantasy since 12 had that problem.
Yeah. My beef with 15 was just, it felt like the story was heavily underdeveloped in some areas.
Oh
Well,
yeah, especially chapter
I'm not gonna
13.
bitch about chapter 13, everyone knows, but I mean, it's just, I don't know, I don't think the character development was really well done.
No. I will say point blank, I've heard about the product placement and the quest to go help the one cook guy find meat for his cup noodles.
Yeah.
That's like every other hour you'll be doing one of those.
This is the reason why it was delayed for several years.
I mean, I
would-
like the game overall. It's just like chapter 13. My only problem is how slow you move. That was it. I had no problem with the stealth section, just how slow it was.
Yeah, I mean, the setting of it was just fine, but it dragged on for too long in my opinion.
I mean, I remember hearing one review saying something, and again, this was a spoiler thing, or not a spoiler thing, but was tried to be as spoiler-free as possible when explaining it. They felt that a lot of people were complaining about 15 seeming like it was a dude bro game about a bunch of guys on a road trip. When you find out that was a framing device, and when you get to the end of the game, all of that buddy stuff just feels all the more poignant by the end.
It depends on how much you get into it. I don't want to spoil it, but one of the characters, something really bad happens to him. And
Gotcha.
it affects the rest of the game. So for me, it was kind of upsetting because it was my favorite character in the game.
Right.
But
It
he
would.
didn't make cup noodles.
It wouldn't be a Final Fantasy game if allies weren't dying.
It wouldn't be a Final Fantasy game if you weren't making cup noodles.
I mean, go back and look at Final Fantasy 2. I mean, not the 4, but 2.
You've been making noodles since then.
It wouldn't be a Final Fantasy game if something tragic happened. Oh shit, how do I learn how to do that?
I mean, all of the rebellion getting bombed to hell, Sid dying, Layla dying, Minwoo dying, Richard dying, Yosef dying.
Yeah, but what's the most recent Final Fantasy actually to kill a party member? I want to, if you don't count temporaries, I want to just say 7. I think that's the last time they had the balls to do it.
I think 13 no.
13-2 killed.
13-2 doesn't count.
Yeah, I don't think so.
13, two of them were died at the end.
Yeah.
And at least I will give 13 one thing. I will give 13 credit in one case. They left, at one point, Lightning had enough of Hope's bullshit and basically left him to die.
See, my only issue with that game was that it was like walk 10 foot, cutscene, walk 10 foot, cutscene.
So, like this game's early levels.
So it's a Final Fantasy game.
Exactly.
No, I don't have a problem. With that, there was no option. You couldn't, there was no ramp for you to walk up and say,
What?
oh, there's something up here. It's just, you're going to walk right here, this straight path that you can't cross, and there's a cutscene.
I mean, my beef with 13 was, and yeah, everyone hears this one, it's the linearity, and the world just never will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was.
There was a beautiful bit of non-linearity, but you really only get that after you've beaten the game.
I don't care about linearity. What's the last JRPG that was really non-linear? My problem with it was just that the macro plot was really stupid.
You want non-linear JRPGs? Play Dragon Quest.
I have. Most of them are pretty. Go to this town, do the story of this town. Go to this town, do the story of this town.
As
Go
well-
to the next town, do the story of that town.
And in a lot of places, figure out where the hell to go next. Let me see. Other non-linear JRPGs, the Saga series. But then again, you'd be having to play the Saga series to get that non-linearity, so who cares?
I mean, Xenoblade's an obvious one, but
Chronicles X, or is it Chronicles X?
Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
the.
played Chronicles X.
I love that game.
It's a good game, but there was too much outcry on both sides of the fence over that game.
Pretty much.
I mean, people complaining that there was a 13-year-old girl that you could get in a bikini. Others complaining that you actually had her in a bikini and not the original underpants you had her in the original. And I'm thinking, why even the fuck?
Yay, arguments about censorship.
That's why I don't pay attention to communities on the internet.
As far as gameplay, I absolutely adore that game. I think I'm 500 hours on it, something like that.
Which game was it?
I don't know why, but I've actually liked that game a lot more before I got the mech.
Yeah.
From what I hear, most people did.
I had
Which
this
game was it?
glorious laser cannon that was killing giant monsters, and it was hilarious.
There was one streamer I used to follow very heavily back in the day, Carnage. He did a playthrough of Xenoblade Saga X, and for about a year, or Xenoblade Chronicles X rather, for about a year after that, it was a running meme in his channel for somebody to yell, "Starfall Rondo!" Because there was one character that just spammed that attack over and over and over.
I'll have to load up my save to see what anything was. I remember I picked the supporter class and wound up a laser wizard for my main character. It's like I didn't even understand. It's like I wasn't doing that much supporting. I was the giant nuclear cannon.
What?
After you.
The one thing I really hated about that game was once I got strong enough, you can fight. It's like Jackal or Jester or something up at the top of a big flower, and you can pretty much level everything up in about 8 seconds.
Oh, the token grind spot. Yeah.
It wouldn't be a JRPG if there wasn't some grind spot to get you stuff really, really fast.
Oh yeah, but this was like...
Especially for breaking the game to get to it.
Right.
It was like, go in there with your skill, hit him once, he dies. Okay, that class is maxed out. It was like, okay, this kind of... I regret doing this.
Right. I mean, there was one... I mean, every single Final Fantasy that I can remember had that. I mean, you had the Peninsula of Power in Final Fantasy 1. In Final Fantasy 6, you had that one island where you could do Rhodox Rage on the Intangiers and speed everybody to maxing out every materia.
Have any of you played Persona 5?
Yeah.
I was just getting ready to start that later today or something.
It's an amazingly good game.
Well,
But do you know about how you can kill the Reaper without actually doing anything?
Flu season.
Nope.
Yeah. During flu season, random enemies can get the Despair status, which kills them in 3 turns, and they're not allowed to act during it, and it can affect the Reaper as well randomly in combat.
That's your basically XP farming in that game.
Yep.
That's one thing the Shin Megami Tensei series was always very good for, is that those all or nothing status-based attacks can and usually did work on bosses.
See, my brother's playing through that right now, and he keeps running in here showing me his dick monsters.
Oh, Mara!
Oh, yep.
Wouldn't be an SMT if you didn't have the giant dick on a chariot.
I think... Joseph, which one are you playing right now? The... Demon games.
Demon Summoner?
Oh, you're talking about the whole symbol?
He's playing the 4th one, I guess. He just came running in here this morning showing me some green phallic monster.
Oh, Shin Megami Tensei 4. I've got that in my DS less than 2 feet away from me.
I still need to get the Apocalypse version. Has anyone played that one?
No, I wish I would have gotten it today, but they were out of stock.
Which one was it?
Apocalypse. It's a continuation.
Oh, the 3DS. No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's sort of the same. It's the same world as 4, but it's not the same game.
I also found out the hard way I probably won't be getting an SNES Classic anytime soon.
Nobody's getting an SNES Classic anytime soon.
I went to ask about pre-ordering one today since they're coming out at the end of the month. GameStop guy literally laughed at me. Said that pre-orders were filled out for the store in less than an hour after they opened up.
Yep.
My
That's
brother,
all right.
My brother was asking me, because where I work, he was asking me to pick up one when I get off, because, you know, I'll get off post at midnight, like you said, stuff.
Off post? You're in the service?
Oh, no, I'm not the postal service one.
Oh.
Literally
Oh,
off post.
Yeah, I work retail management, so.
Okay. What pisses me off is they promised they would have more supply of the SNES Classic this year than they did of the NES one last year.
Well,
But
that's such a nebulous promise. They probably do have more, and they're still not going to get anywhere near meeting demand.
I mean, Nintendo's notorious for short-changing, like, inventory as we know it, so.
and what gets me is then the reason for ceasing production on the NES Classic was nobody was buying them. Yeah, nobody was buying them because there weren't any to buy.
Well, the reason they ceased production is because they wanted to move that production line on to making the SNES Classic Mini.
So I'm assuming they'll cancel that in a year and make the N64 Classic and have it shortchanged too. And then probably the year after next we'll see a GameCube Mini.
That's probably going too far up into needed storage to make it work. But yeah, an N64 Mini's probably going to be on the way.
And it bothers me though is they do that knowing that they're going to get bought up and scalped.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it keeps happening, so there's got to be a reason for it besides Nintendo's stupid, but they're not going to talk about it because they're Nintendo, so...
They know exactly how much they're going to have stock versus demand.
Artificial scarcity.
Well, it's Nintendo
It is artificial scarcity, though. Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry. It's Nintendo. They've been manipulating the market and getting into lawsuits over it since the 80s.
I mean, I'm not sure that they make any money off the resales though, so it seems like it'd make more logical sense to everybody who wants one, make one for them.
Yeah, but in doing the artificial scarcity, they guarantee that every unit made is sold.
They also get hype, news cycles.
And we're getting there.
And then keep the price up if they decide to sell more of them later, instead of having the price drop gradually over time like with other consoles.
I mean, yeah, if they ever reprint the NES Mini, you better bet that's going to go for $80 still, so...
I would... if they really wanted to make a lot of money, what they could do...
Oh, 3 DPS off. Be close.
We're getting there. We're slowly getting there. Is what they could do is put an SD port on there and also give it internet connectivity and allow people to download stuff off the virtual console onto their NES or SNES Classic Mini and use the original and play them that way. That way they give it upgradability. That's one reason I know some people didn't go for one that wanted one. It's because you had 30 games, yes, but you only ever had those 30. And the thing that gets me, though, the big thing they're hyping for the SNES Classic Mini is Star Fox 2. The beta build of that has been in public hands for years. And I somehow managed to kill the conversation. Woo.
Oh, you're good. I was
Yeah, you're
messing
good.
with ICAM.
Pizza time.
God, one of the dogs farted. It fucking stinks.
Oh god.
Oh, I've seen worse. My sister's cat used to like to climb up on people's chests when they were sleeping and fart in their faces.
Let's see if I got Febreze down here.
That's kind of sort of how that cat picked up the name Velcro.
Do I have body spray, maybe?
When all else fails, get body spray.
Yeah. I might be out of body spray.
What exactly is Crystal anyways?
It was an old payment system back for 1.0 where rather than actually buying membership by the month, they wanted you to buy this cash shop currency and pay for your member subscription with that.
And
At the time, I was.
is really useful when you want to do a lot of microtransaction because credit cards suck when you do a lot of transaction.
It's fun bucks. It's Squaresoft fun bucks.
Yeah, I was using
So
prepaid
it
credit cards.
generates slower than the GameStop points. is what
Right. Good point, Salunas. That's a problem I have every single Steam sale. Is after about 3 or 4 or 5 mad purchases, I start getting more, verification bogging down. Like, are you sure you're not stealing your own credit card here?
You know, the one you've used for the last 3 years. Are you sure?
Exactly.
I mean, it takes dedication to
Yeah.
Well,
You have to go to your wallet and open your wallet.
it's only fair we have a long ass wait after the insta pop on Void Arc.
Is it really fair?
Balance out the karmic scales, as it were.
It's gonna be an insta pop for those DPS.
We had a DPS for that. He was so close.
Speaking of Shin Megami Tensei, though, I actually a few months back got some mom pissed off at me. I was in the doctor's office waiting to be called back and was playing it, and some little kid came across and said, "Oh, that looks like Pokemon. What is that?" And I said, "Oh, it's like Pokemon. It's just got Satan in it."
It's not Pokemon, it's Animal Crossing. You can clearly tell.
Well, to be fair, Animal Crossing does teach your kids life lessons. If you don't pay your bills, somebody will come along and break your legs.
Yeah,
And you're a slave to them for the rest of your life.
you literally are a slave to the rest of your life.
I'm still hunting for this body spray.
Let's see if he joins us. Is he gonna do it?
Are you gonna join us?
Nope.
Peer pressure. Hey, found my 3DS. Where you going? Get me. Give me a body armor and Twix, I guess. I don't give a shit. Lock them in your room when you leave. And stop taking. Is that yours or mine? It's yours.
Hey, fan. We could. Hey, Fan? Or Misha, if you're watching,
I need it.
we need a DPS. Are you anywhere near your PS4?
Tell him I'll love him forever.
Yeah, I'm being told they'll love you for, well, he can listen, so, huh.
Misha, I'll love you forever. That's what that noise was.
You had to point out the noise.
Siluna's playing with her dingaling. And I'm going to hell.
I'm just impressed that she has a dingling.
You never know these days.
Until you know. And then you don't want to know.
In the meantime, I'll be right back. Hopefully we don't do it.
Okay.
If you just type it.
Per Misha, he's an hour
Yeah,
away
you
from
can
his PS4 and doesn't, or an hour's
Don't
drive
let
away
us
from the.
play chat, though.
Fair enough.
Or Party Alliance.
An hour away from the PS4 and doesn't drive. So, not a problem, buddy. Not a problem. Okay. It's alright. You know, out of respect for missing my favorite bard, I could do a little bit less DPS to make up for it. You know, and pretend to be a bard for a while.
I bet your stream, people watching it are thrilled right now.
Oh, what, for the waiting?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're used to this on Friday nights. How many 30-minute, 40-minute long ass waits did we have for Circus Tower and Palace of the Dead?
Every week. And
Yeah.
we haven't missed this week but because we decided to do Weeping. But we'll be back to Weeping again next week, so all good.
Indeed.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yo.
But I have no problem just chilling out and shooting the shit.
Two more DPS.
Actually, this would be the perfect time to try something.
Oh dear.
Don't disconnect. I know what you're trying to do. I'm just kidding.
Ah, shit. I can't pull you down.
I dodged it.
You said make me. I tried to make you.
I'm surprised I counted as dodging it, though.
I wasn't
Like, you
sure
were
if
trying
it-
to attack me with rescue.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I've
wasn't sure if it would work, though.
I've seen games where you could die with fall damage, where somebody would troll somebody else with rescue to make them fall off somewhere and die.
I'm surprised other games have rescue.
Well, not
Surely
literally
no.
rescue, but similar powers.
Surely no monster would ever attempt such a thing. Surely.
I mean, that's something I saw quite a lot in Final Fantasy XI with monsters that had AoEs. High-level characters would drag half the damn zone on top of some low level. You know, have all the AoEs basically murder the low level.
Let me try some.
We're almost there. The rings have been exchanged. The vows have been made. We are in the bedroom.
Yeah, but until we consummate the deed, the prenup we signed don't count.
Pretty much.
That's how the reference ends, right?
Sure.
Now, how many false pops are we going to have tonight?
Hopefully none.
Well,
Hopefully.
we weren't until you said that.
You better have not jinxed us.
Well, let's be fair. I have a bad way of tempting fate.
I know Sigma, I think me, Ama, Silver, and Sigma were all in a dungeon.
We're about to drop Q. There we go. Drop Q.
What the hell? Why?
Meteor went offline.
You haven't been paying attention to party chat?
Oh, Meteor had to go. Right. Husband
Well-
cut himself.
Yep. Back in.
Well, that
Ah.
just makes it sound like he's self-harming.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't
Can't
self-harm.
go back in. Somebody's not.
Don't
Oh,
forget
Meteor's
to
still on the
before
party.
you can,
Oh, it's because I'm a paladin right now.
You left the
Ah.
thing before you left.
Alright, good to go.
Alright, back in the queue.
Hopefully we haven't pissed the DPS off.
Hopefully somebody hasn't taken our place and we're back at the as a second queue.
If we go to a bottom of queue, we're done for tonight.
Agreed.
We can
Agreed.
do a trial.
But
It'll
the-
probably be the same queue unless another tank joined.
We were running something, and Sigma kept trying to rescue me, but it was too late, so I'd take the AoE and then get dragged over to him while I was playing Samurai.
Pop!
Hey,
Oh shit!
I guess we can call it an
Meteor
Insta-pop.
must have been
Meteor was holding us
must have been
back.
blocking it, yeah.
So
Well,
we're
that
going
was
to get
definitely-
2 of them, and one of them is going to be the second leader, and I hope it go well because I don't have confidence in a lot of random leader.
It's okay. I've been looking for an excuse to hear your never-ending profanity fountain anyways.
Who?
Yeah.
These?
No, that's something I've got to ask. Salutis, that is an amazing accent. Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Canada, but in the province of Quebec, so I speak French.
Ah.
He's a Frenchie.
Ah.
English is only my second language.
No.
Oh,
false pop.
I certainly understand. I spent some time up in Canada myself. I much respect to the Quebecois.
Quebecois.
I
Sounds like a white supremacist.
I hope I pronounced that properly.
Isn't it
Yeah,
Quebecois?
it's good.
Mind you're Nova Scotian, so you know.
I live in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
Could be worse. Could be a newfie.
Have you
true.
seen Nova Scotia on a map?
Yes, I have. I was lucky in as much as that my time in Canada was up near Calgary.
So
Man.
where people live?
Yeah, so there were people there, and it was a nice, amazing place. The only problem with Alberta was that it's a very, very flat cattle province. Certain aromas carry for miles.
Oh, I still get those smells here.
I mean,
There's a lot of cattle around here because I'm not sure if we still have it, but we used to at least have a dairy here. So you get a lot of those smells here as well, especially during the summer. Just waft over the entire town.
there was a time back in 2014 when I spent about a year working selling DirecTV. Or rather, I was the person people called for help with their bill, and I would very politely sweet talk them into upgrading when they were calling in to save money. Well,
I'm so sorry.
I eventually, because I abused my soul well enough, I got promoted to a supervisory position, which is to say when people said I want to speak to your manager, instead of getting a manager, they got me. And my direct superior, my team lead, was a very nice Nova Scotian lady. Because this was a work-at-home environment. And I really felt bad for her because a lot of the employee benefits for working for the company were things that they just didn't have in Canada. Yeah. Because from what I hear, at least in 2014, they didn't have a satellite TV up there.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure we had satellite TV.
Well, you didn't have DirecTV, the company at least.
Maybe in the cities, but not out here, I don't think. I don't even think it's in Halifax here.
Just waiting for a healer now, damn.
How the
We lost a healer. Meteor was one of the healers, so...
Well... It's funny, a DPS doesn't pop and so a healer decides, fuck it, I'm leaving. That always seems...
might have been one of the aways. That might have been it.
True. It always seems to happen just like that, though.
I mean, I usually just turn the big TV on and turn on the PS4 while I'm waiting.
Whenever we're in these queues, I'm always really tempted just to alt-tab and play something else in the background.
And then miss Q.
Well, I have notification noises on for different system sounds, so I'd hear it anyway.
That's actually something that happened to me a few days ago. I was queued up for something for like 30 minutes. I needed to get up for literally less than a minute because my mother needed something. And I wasn't going to begrudge her, so even though I was in queue for like 30 minutes. So I got up and went to go get her what she needed. Did my best Usain Bolt impression to get it done and get back to my computer. Was gone a minute. And that minute, the queue had popped and I'd gotten withdrawn. Note that you get a full 45 seconds on the queue pop meter. So it must have popped like right before I left. Or right as I left.
Yeah, I hate when that happens. It happens more often than I'd like. It's like, oh, I've got like another minute probably left in my queue, and then I get pulled away from something in real life. And I have to wait another 30.
How do you spell girders?
Girder?
Garters or girders?
Like a steel girder.
Mom!
Girder.
Mom, don't apologize. You did nothing wrong. As much as I love playing video games for a bunch of strangers on the internet, you're far more important than all those strangers.
That's the cover story.
No, that's my mother actively watching and listening to all of us.
More news.
Hey, one of my younger brothers just sent me a screenshot of the store for the in-game items, like the online store. And the Fuga attire is apparently discounted from $10 USD to $12.60 USD.
How the fuck?
What is steel?
A bargain.
That used to be something a friend of mine who was in the sales business used to do as an intelligence test for people. He made his own. I forgot exactly what he was making, but he sold them for $2 a piece or 5 for 12 to see who would be dumb enough to pay the extra money thinking they were getting a sale.
Oh, that reminds me. Are you aware of the infamous Horse Armor mod for Elder Scrolls Oblivion?
I own it.
That's on,
You own it?
It came with the Game of the Year, everything, complete edition.
That's for sale on Fallout right now.
Yeah. Apparently,
Oh shit.
during April Fools, they increased the price of the DLC and managed to sell more copies of it. They increased sales by increasing the price of it for April Fools.
What's really bad to me about that new the new Fallout 4 Creators Club is it's not just the fans getting screwed there. It's the creators. They're not they're not getting paid commission. They get from what I've seen of the contracts and how it's set up, you negotiate with
Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
you negotiate with Bethesda for what you're going to make. They provide the tools for you to make what you're planning on making. And you are paid a flat fee by the hour for your work.
Needs more $100 horse genital mods.
This isn't Second Life.
No, that was an actual thing from the last time I tried this with Skyrim.
Somebody made horse genitals for Skyrim.
No. Someone stole the mod that added horse genitals and then uploaded it on the Steam Workshop and sold it for $100.
Oh my god.
Todd Howard's all about that kind of stuff.
Werewolf genitals were at the top of the Nexus for quite a while after Skyrim came out.
But here's the thing. Is if you work for 10 hours on a mod, you might get paid 100 to 120 bucks. If they sell one copy of it, you get the 120. If they sell 10,000 copies of it, you still only get the 120. So the people making the really, really popular mods are getting screwed. And it's all contracted, so yeah.
I'm against paid mods just for the fact that they aren't considered, the mod maker doesn't have to make sure it's compatible with everything, which if you're getting paid for it, I think you should.
Oh, they claim that, it's guaranteed to be compatible with everything in the base game. Mods? Yeah. No. It gets even better. The data for the mods is already on your system.
Yeah. That was the last update for Fallout 4, wasn't it?
Yeah. Is what you're paying for when you buy one of those Creators Club mods is an unlock file.
Oh yeah. I'm sure we'll see a release of that not too long.
And you better bet pirates are already cracking that.
Why would they be cracking it if, they can already get those mods for free still?
Technically, they're not supposed to be the ones on the Nexus. Although there are variants, like the Hellfire Armor is the big one right now for Fallout.
Yeah.
Where the better version is free, which is pathetic.
Yeah.
My brothers were talking about that earlier, actually.
That's the official policy. Is you're not supposed that stuff on the Nexus free mods are not supposed to ever be put on the Creators Club, but that's exactly what's happening.
Stop taking the mage.
I apologize if I'm standing in the fire. With all these particle effects going on, I have no fucking clue what's on the ground.
You can disable some of those particle effects,
First boss, Arachne Eve. This one's this is the free roll. The big things are she's got a look away mechanic. When she dives into the ground, either look out for staggered AoEs and avoid them by standing outside and moving in, or she's going to pull everyone in, which you avoid by standing in the webs she's going to make.
Okay.
Eventually she's going to do a split phase where people are going to have to stay up top to prevent the rest of the team from taking damage, while everyone else goes to the bottom to, to break the web.
Oh, and there is lag out to hell today.
Probably because of all the effects.
Probably.
As in I popped my Makio's Shisui, and it took about 3 seconds before it registered that I had you know, able to pull my combos up.
Oh, okay, I made it.
That hurts.
Ow.
Get. You can run through the goose strands to get other people out of them.
Ow.
Get me out, damn it!
Are you still stuck? Where are you? We're going up.
Whee!
Well, that was something to come back
Alright,
to.
some people need to stay up because every orb that actually reaches Arachne in this phase does raid damage. So, someone needs to either stand between the small orbs and DPS the big orbs.
Okay. I really need to get my hearing examined because at first it sounded like you said it did rape damage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there goes one now.
It's fine. We can ignore the orbs.
I don't see any
You can't
orbs.
ignore all the orbs. That's the problem.
I'm mostly just confused.
Yeah. Okay, most of the group is on the bottom right now. Eventually, a web maiden spawns and makes a hole in the net, and you use the hole to get back to the bottom. And then you break the key knots down here.
Key knots, knots. Looking around. Looking around.
It's already happened. You don't need to worry.
Okay.
You see, there's a small spider ad that appears when we're up on the library area. Then you destroy one of those,
Right.
and it creates a hole in the floor that you fall into.
Oh, what? I got sticky widgeted. Well, okay.
Whee!
I don't know how I
Whee!
got hit by that, but okay.
I apologize in advance. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing here.
No worries, first run.
No one else does, so it doesn't even matter. Power through the
Not,
mechanics.
not even I
Alright,
do.
that's a stack marker, Shadow Burst.
Just make sword noises, it helps.
Just panic. It'll solve everything.
I'm not a Taru.
I'm not actually doing anything. I'm just going whoosh.
Look away, look away, look away! Run!
Oh no.
Oh, so it's like the mechanic on the floor 50 boss for Palace of the Dead.
Yeah, a lot of bosses and raids are gonna have look away mechanics, so.
Yeah, it's a recurring thing. Stack mechanics as well.
And fear is one of their favorites. Okay, get ready to stand on a web for this. So it's the pull-in move.
How do shot web?
So. Web has been shot. Shot in the web. And then it follows it up with a proximity AoE, so. Ouch.
That hurt.
You will be missed.
I'll dedicate this death flare to you.
Alright, round 2.
Or no death flare.
No, because mechanics. Mechanics laugh at your puny class mechanics.
Still got death flare.
Web Maiden dead. That thing dead. I fell down the hole.
Yes.
Is Will our special child?
No,
A very special child.
well,
The one we have to love the most.
I make jokes, but to be perfectly fair, when I was in elementary school, the principal outright had it in for the Nerd Herd. And as a way of putting us in our place, required us to ride the short bus to school.
You actually had a short bus?
Yes.
We had like
Sure. All right, Eve's done. That's the freebie. Everything else is a little trickier,
It was kind of fun.
or a lot trickier.
That was the freebie?
Or Ozma. That's the freebie.
Okay, I'm lagging really bad now. Oh, that's why. Wait. What is it?
So this is where the whole match gear comes from, okay?
Yeah, Maki.
It seems like there's always at least one group that limit breaks against one of these things on the way to the next boss area.
Is the
That's
limit
fine.
break?
Every boss that restarts your meter, I think. In
Is the
24
limit break
minutes.
raid wide or is it party wide?
Party wide.
Party.
Each
It
party
looks
gets.
like party ride.
Like, you can limit break those with the match one. Because we're all going to lose it anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna lose it at the start of the next fight, so no reason not to.
And Polan is already on it.
Oh yeah.
There's what? There's
All
boss.
one.
What? You're telling me that there are bosses that delete your limit break bar?
They all do at the start
They
of the
all do.
fight.
Yeah, it resets at the beginning of each fight.
Yeah, in 24 mans or 8 mans in general, actually.
Used to be that getting so far and then dying was a tactic for limit breaking. I mean, that's kind of how you built it up in Titan Savage mode sometime, or extreme mode sometimes.
They changed it at some point. I don't know what hit me, but thanks, C.
Okay, avoid green pools, purple pools, one person each, triangle stack behind boss. Normal red marker, keep running away, silence, stun, okay.
Yep. Okay, I'll just sum that up. Green pools give you stacks of zombie. First, one pool gives you gradual zombification, which is actually important for another mechanic later. 2 just turns you into a zombie and you start trying to eat your friends. Don't get hit by 2.
Right.
The red marker summons multiple big fire AoEs. Just get away from people. And keep getting away from people because he keeps doing it. The red triangles above your head is him doing a mechanic where you have to stack with your alliance, or you all get whacked and turned into frogs.
Yeah,
Brandon.
I'm almost tempted to go with that. Turn into a frog.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Well,
So what you're saying is that you're feeling froggy.
I am.
Very.
Ribbit.
Get out of the pool.
And
alright, yeah, and kill ads. Ads blow up eventually, so. Ads kind of need to go.
Crap, move.
I clicked
Don't get
out.
hit by a second or you be Zambi.
Is this a
Again.
zombie?
Yeah, he's a necromancer.
I know.
Not something I completely disagree with.
Okay, stand in the towers, or you'll take big damage when he finishes his cast. His cast, real cast. You take bleed damage while you're in the tower, but it beats getting hit by the nuke. That's the nuke.
Someone died to that.
Yeah, a healer.
Well,
Okay, okay, some alliance needs to stack up, but it's not ours, so.
they frogs now?
Yeah, a lot of them are frogs. They did not do it well.
If you don't stack, you become a frog.
We gotta go.
Okay, look out. Zombies!
Raids!
Raids.
Raids, I don't lie. I need the brain system zombify.
One of the zombies just got a death flare.
Okay, ad phase. Succubus first. He's gonna summon 3 ads. Succubus first, the other 2, it doesn't really matter. Just watch out, the one that looks like a giant iguana has a massive tail toenail. The Nidhogg. Watch out for the Nidhogg's tail, and otherwise the rest of it's not too bad. But Succubus has to die, or we're doomed.
Working on it.
Yep. Notice tanks pointing Nidhogg at the rest of the party. Look out for that. Oh, well, the Nidhogg's also on a summoner. Get off the summoner. Alright, pillars.
And the other one can do doom. If you watch his eye when he got a red eye.
Oh yeah, look away from the other one when he does red eyes shit. Alright, now the gimmick is when you see the green pools, you want to get hit by 1. You want gradual zombify. Don't get hit by 2, don't get hit by 0. Because after the pools, he's going to do Mega Death. Mega Death will kill anything that is not at least partially a zombie.
Hey, that's...
Yeah, it's Unalesca. That's exactly what that's stolen from.
Well, I was actually going to say something about... I'm in the pool, but it's not doing anything to me.
Yeah, you got to wait for it.
Just
that was 2 pools stacked on each other. Shit.
I am going to die. There you go.
Well, as far as Megadeth, I was going to make a Dave Mustaine joke.
Oh.
Yeah, the 2 pools stacked on each other really screwed me over there.
Ooh, that's snaily.
Megadeth.
Oh shit, I'm not a zombie. Crap.
I'ma die. Or not.
I lived. Okay. No, I didn't.
Oh, swift cast.
My bad. I thought I was in it, and then the thing caught, and I didn't get the zombie status, so I guess I wasn't close enough.
Permission to go ahead and toss a...
Limit break?
Yeah.
No, we might need that for healers.
Ooh.
The way this is going, we might need that for healer limit break. Oh, stack up. Oh, I'm with Aqua, so... No, Aqua, where are you fucking going? I'm dead again.
Good night, Rain.
Alliance C is entirely dead.
Yep.
Okay.
They need a healer up to start recovering them.
I'll go ahead and... Oh, shit. I was going to pop it, but... My...
Now you're dead.
Gradual zombification popped off before... You know, like right before the Megadeth hit.
What, you want to do melee limit break?
Ah. Alright. We got through it.
I'm going to go ahead and take the quick port.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't get weakness. I'm stuck with weakness for another minute.
Yeah, just get back because I don't want to give you weakness.
Actually, even worse, I'm got Brink of Death thanks to the other healer.
It's okay, we've got almost an entire alliance to go with.
Brink of
Like
Death?
When you get 2 deaths before weakness, you get another death before weakness falls off. Minus 50 to all stats.
Oh!
Yeah, no, I thought I was safe because the healer joined me in a pillar, and I was just like...
Completely useless.
He was dead. I raised him, and then he died again.
Yep, I was standing in one of the pillars with the other healer during the Brand of the Fallen, and then she ran away at last minute for some unknown reason, and I got hit for 12k and died again. So...
And Oblivion is talking about us doing alliance raids and talking about dem queues. Now, I can't place what game the Void Ark stuff is from in Weeping City, but everything about...
Echidna's from Final Fantasy III. Cuckoo Clan is Final Fantasy Tactics.
Because Crystal Tower and everything about that series of raids was pure Final Fantasy III.
Yeah, this is not one single one. This is just themed on demons.
Right.
This is just themed on demons. So
I have to main tank, no pressure.
Yep, no worries. It's easy enough.
Yeah.
Literally, just don't face this thing towards the raid. That's all you have to do. If this thing is not facing the raid, you are doing the entirety of your job in this fight.
Okay. Fair enough. So just sit right here.
Yep. Just until it does its big cast, and then you join the rest of us in a bubble.
So,
Okay.
oh, and I'm stuck.
Oh, are you in the wrong area?
Woo!
Help
Oh.
destroy the ads over there, then.
So,
It's alright, we
Finding
got
more
it.
shit to kill.
so Deus is basically tanking Titan hard mode.
More or less.
You know,
I mean, this is just our mini boss for this part of the arc.
right.
Don't say
Or
that.
this part of Weeping.
Dudes might have some
Alright.
PTSD.
Get in the bubble.
Got it.
But I still remember this was a meme that was big back in 2.0 was the Tank's Guide to Titan hard mode. Phase 1, stand there. Phase 2, stand there. Phase 3, stand there. Tank Buster, pop a CO or cooldown or something.
Well, I mean, it is accurate. That's exactly how the fight goes. You just stand still.
I don't know. You can ask Deuce about that one.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys ready to learn how to fear an orb?
I'm terrified. I actually don't know the mechanics for doing it with DPS. Well, I mean, you probably guess most of it based on the tank stuff.
Yeah, it's all the same. The only difference is that you're not grabbing aggro. It's literally
Anything.
well, no, because there are mechanics tanks are excused from that everyone else deals with. Like meteors.
Oh, each alliance has 2 people marked. One goes left of center pathway, other goes to back of your platform.
Yeah, whenever it does meteors, 2 people will be marked with a green cursor above their head. One needs to run to the back of your platform, the other needs to run to the left to the middle of the platform on the side. Wait for the marker to disappear, then hurry the fuck back to your alliance.
Says tanks
Go
alternate.
back
your orb.
and left for Meteor.
Yep.
Back and left, and not the 2 at the same place.
Yep.
Okay, so one goes to the front, one goes to the back to try to keep them separated. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
Oh
We're in the
shit.
middle. We're in
It's
the middle.
this
We're the
guy.
middle. We're the middle. Yeah, it is. It is this guy. Other mechanics. If
This
you see
guy.
a dice above your head, put your weapon away and stop doing shit.
Why
Until
are
the
you
dice goes
all
away.
on the bridge?
This is where the fight's gonna be, right here, over here, with Violet. The markers for meteors. That's
Oh,
where
shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Adieu!
Rest in pepperoni.
Seriously?
Wait, what happened?
He walked off
He
the
fell
cliff.
off.
You can't. When Ozma transforms, he can go to 3 forms. Orb does nothing when he switches to it, but Orbs is the meteor phase, usually. Pyramid, he's gonna shoot a laser down the middle, get out, get out of the middle. If he turns into a cube, he's gonna do a circle, line around the circle on the outside. Get in. If you get a dice above your head, stop doing anything. Hit sheath weapon. Just wait for the dice to go away. Finish its countdown. During the cube form, orbs are going to be going around the center. People need to soak the orbs. Usually healers do it, but if healers aren't doing it, everyone besides the tank should be trying to take part. The orbs do knockback, so do be careful about that, because the orbs can and will knock you off if you tank them wrong.
So which orbs do the knockback?
The ones that will circle the arena while he's in cube phase.
Okay.
There'll be orbs just going around the circle, and people need to stand it. As I said, usually healers take it, but who knows?
Is
We'll
it
see
like
where we go.
is it like Titan Hard, where if you fall you can't be rezzed?
Nope, you can get back. This was actually the first fight that let people res after falling.
So it's more like Shinru then.
Yeah.
So which side are you taking? Because we are going to have to dodge you.
Yeah. Don't stand on the same side as everyone else. Deuce, you might want to get away from Meteor.
So like, where do you want me to go?
Wait, where's Deuce? No. Stand on the right side.
Keep on the right side.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tank
right side
on
of the
right,
platform.
DPS on left.
Right here.
Of
Deuce,
Ozma.
to me. To stand where I'm standing. Violet. Stand where Violet's standing.
Tanks on right, DPS on left.
Yeah. Okay, everyone in. Yeah, stay there, Deuce. That's where you want to be.
Okay, got it.
Provoke.
This thing is trippy.
Yep.
I'm kind of confused.
Just wait.
Yeah, that's a
until
confusing fight at first.
Yeah, it's kind of different.
Alright, and now get ready. You thought just because we got past the mid-boss you weren't getting in a combos fight in this raid tier?
Whoa, shit.
What the fuck?
That's a quick bit of motion sickness.
Alright. It's our Tomos fight for the tier.
Well, I'm a melee, so I can't exactly stand.
Yep, only one person has to stay on the button this time, so.
Well, thank heaven for small blessings.
What's that? All of us on the button? I think we should just all stay on the button.
Yeah. Okay, we're done. Walk forward. Time to fight Osmosphere. The only real mechanic here is avoid AoEs, and when you see the big red eye on Osmosphere, look away.
Yeah.
If you get hit by it, start looking away and keep looking away until the debuff falls off. Because he's going to debuff you, and if you're looking at him when the debuff falls off, you get petrified.
So I was petrified.
Definitely.
Alright. Next up is Doomsday. It's a DPS check. Just blow him up as fast as possible. If
You're
you
going
don't,
to have to focus Ozma again.
Right side.
yeah, stay on the right side. Alright, stack markers.
Oh crap.
No, stack marker will!
I thought that was the when I saw a marker on me, I thought that was time to get the fuck away.
No,
My
that's
bad.
meteor markers. Oh, out! Everyone out! Everyone out!
I'll slowly back out.
Oops.
Okay.
I was out, but I didn't realize it meant out of. Okay.
Oh yeah, completely out.
Did that one to myself.
Okay, or meteors. If you, okay, markers. One back, one left.
Ah,
Rain, go left, back. Oh shit! Everyone, move away. Move to where Deuce is. Okay, ads.
I don't see ads.
They're coming.
I'm not sure when the last time I did this, the other alliance's tank ended up standing beside me as a tank the entire time.
Woo! That's really bad. Okay, we are shifting to triangle. Get out! Good to know. Corpse of Corpse does not get you over pits.
Left.
It does not.
It really does not.
Ow.
Right, stop. Oh, that's our white mage. Let's say stop. Okay. Fallen, stop. Ads.
I'd love to help with them ads.
That dice mechanic is in Seasonal Extreme as well.
Susanoo, yeah.
Oh wait, no, triangle.
Yo, it didn't change yet. That's the thing.
Oh, right, yeah. I thought it changed back to sphere at some point.
It will. But we're gonna kill it first, I think. It's gonna go back to sphere. And it's gonna do meteors.
Will, do you still need a raise or you get one?
Okay, no, I still need a raise.
Go away from me so you don't
We're
want to
done.
die.
Never mind, don't raise me. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the long path.
Alright.
You're going to have the cutscene. It's the end
Now,
of
there's two ways this next boss can go. If it spins or it does not spin. If it spins, brace yourself.
Spin to win.
Yeah, spinning wins on this boss. Anyways, Califesteri does a lot of stuff with her hair. Her biggest mechanic is she will make a blade on one side of her head. Whatever side that blade is on, you want to be on the other side. Because she will do a move called Haircut that will cleave the entirety of the arena on that side of her. This is where spin to win comes in. If the tank is trying to get fancy and spin her away from the party.
So in other words, like usual as a tank, stand still.
Yeah. Yep, just don't get fancy. Just stand still.
Go get a beer.
The other thing is she'll make purple markers on the floor. When she does that, if you move into them, you will get caught in a hair case. The hitbox is bigger than it looks, so if you see a purple spot in the ground, just stay the hell away from it. Otherwise, she's going to make things pop out of the floor. If you want to get away from clubs and next to axes. And then her last mechanic is penetration. When she casts that, look at one of the 4 cardinal directions, because it's going to knock you where you're looking, and if you're looking at her, she's going to pull you in and then hit everybody near her.
I usually end up accidentally main tanking this, so...
Yep, okay, on the right side, on the left side. By the way, Haircut sucks. It gives a bleed, and it hits for about 12k. So
In Soviet Russia, haircuts you.
there is a very good chance if you get hit by Haircut, you're just gonna die.
Not as much anymore because people avoid the other fight.
Alright, on the right! Break the entanglement, there's somebody in there.
Me.
Me.
These raid bosses like you.
Yeah, they especially like Will.
Well, entanglement's what happens when you move into the trap, so...
Well, so, yeah, I did it to myself then.
Yep.
I
To be
didn't
fair,
even-
it can be hard to see it when everybody's clustered. Alright, kill the issues, small ones first, then big ones. If you get a marker, get on the outside and start running. It's just like Cloud of Darkness's thing. Apparently, get on the outside. Oh, entanglement.
I don't
Apparently,
see
get
ya.
on the outside means get on the middle. I literally moved into that to avoid getting blasted by someone training the AoE through me. Holy shit, this Dragoon!
What did he do? Derp himself to death?
He's just ran through like everybody with the AoE, the lightning attack.
Ow.
That's not
Dance.
gonna do much.
Dancing.
We did that really fast. Dancing mad, yes.
That's not much of an Easter egg, not one bit.
All right, on the left.
I love the subtle Easter eggs, or eggs like that. I mean, it warmed my heart the first time I pulled out a Magitech armor back in when I first finished the Praetorium, because it was playing Terra's theme.
Okay, just get away from everything. They're all clubs.
For now.
Yep. All right, blades on the right. Look out. On the left.
Well,
how'd that get me?
it got me too.
That thing just... Okay, look. Cardinal direction. West, north, south, east. Pick one and look it.
Oh, I did not make that.
Nor did I.
Okay.
What?
All right, look out. Guns are going to come up in a... Or, no, that was rain. Okay. What? Oh, the tanks spun it.
There's something called Living Lock somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. Like, why did I get by that? That's your tank buster. Oh, the tank spun her to where she was facing anyway. Thank you, tank.
Bitch, hold beams that entanglement.
I have been gotten hit by every single damn one of them things.
Oh, at least you're not a squishy
Get next to
caster.
the axe heads. Axe heads are safe. If you're next to it. Alright, we're done.
Ex Machina? Okay.
I need you here.
Figure I'll make that monk stay and actually let them see. Let them actually, God forbid, see a commendation for once in their poor life. Oh, joy, triple triad cards. More things I will never, ever use.
Right?
Hey, I got a commendation. Somehow.
Okay. Well, folks, I've got to go stretch my legs. I've been at this for 3 hours.
Yep. Nope, we're done for the night. Thanks, everybody. We'll still be doing Weeping City again next week, so good trial
And
run.
I got the other recommendation.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead.
Not terribly sure how I got the commendation, but I'll take it. Maybe it's my glamour.
All right, well, I'm going to drop out of voice and finish, get myself wrapped up and cut off stream.
Yeah.
Have a good
going
night.
to sleep too.
Yeah. You guys take care. I'm out of voice chat, so later.
Have a good one, see Lunas. Everybody. Okay, now I'm out of voice chat with my free company folks. Okay, Arr, so this is the heart of the ruins, eh? Alright, we're skipping it. We're skipping it. Doesn't really matter. Don't really matter. We're just skipping. Yeah, well, anyway, I need to stretch my legs. I've been at this for 3 hours, folks. So, it's been a hell of a run. We got a good bit done with the free company. Thanks to the Crimson Reapers and Salonis for as well for the fun time. Thank you all very much for watching. Like and follow and subscribe if you enjoyed the show. This has been Harmony Muse. Thank you. Have a good evening.